If you want to see an ROI a lot faster, you need to make sure that you're now implementing a strategy that's going to take their existing profits and 2x, 3x, 4x them. Because if not, it's almost like making an investment in real estate, right? And just waiting for it to appreciate. It's going to take a very long time.
Hello everybody, welcome to Search. This week we will talk about e-commerce mergers and acquisitions. Now, Joe, we've been involved in the due diligence of some of these transactions. And when we talk to our clients, we also encourage them to build e-commerce businesses with an exit strategy. Even if you're doing great and you just want to collect the profits, you always want to know what your business is worth. There are a couple of different ways this works. One, somebody comes to us and they want to buy an e-commerce business. Two, the company that's being sold comes to us and wants to prepare it for a specific sale or pitch. And three, it could be a venture capital or private equity that comes to us who wants to buy a series of e-commerce businesses and consolidate it together. In our experience, what is the biggest challenge when we're going through this process, and what do we see that's really, really disorganized?
Right. So some of the first things that we look at are obviously what e-commerce platform or platforms they're currently using. And one of the biggest things that we see from a disorganization and security standpoint is that all of their, whether it be Google Analytics or site admin access or some of their tracking codes that they have, they're all over the place. In some cases, a third-party agency established their Google Analytics and therefore they don't have ownership of it. So now when we go in and try to verify traffic, it now becomes a very, very hard process because they don't want to give it up and therefore that data is lost. So the biggest thing is now coming up with a strategy of how we're going to consolidate everything to not only help them now in the short term from a potential security risk, but also for that company that's potentially going to acquire them.
Got it. And what we see also most of the time is, I would say 40% of these M&A deals fall through because the selling party did not do their due diligence. So in your e-commerce operation, if you are not big enough to have a CTO or a COO, you're going to run into problems with these kinds of access. Not only access, but we look at vulnerabilities. Where are you vulnerable? And this is what Joe is basically referring to. Now, Joe, also, when we look at a structure like this, we categorize it. Ownership is one, security is another one. Then we look at the properties, and the properties are if you're using a marketing automation platform, if you're using any kind of, again, analytics or any kind of testing tools, all the way to marketing. And marketing divides into so many different sections. You might have a Facebook business account, AdWords account, AdRoll account, TikTok account, all these paid search properties as well as social media properties. It gets really complicated. How do we organize this, or how do we help somebody organize this?
Well, there's really only one way of doing this, and that is by following a specific process. So we have composed a checklist just due to the fact that we've done this countless times. We know exactly every single step that needs to be taken in order to ensure that all of these different properties, all the way from your site, security, to your social media channels, are all housed under one roof.
Got it. Now, that's on the acquisition part, if I'm selling or if I'm buying. Now let's talk about consolidation, because we've been in these situations as well. A big party comes, or a big private equity comes and buys 10 different e-commerce sites. 5 of them are on Shopify, 3 of them are on Magento, 2 of them are God knows where, right? And it gets a bit more complicated because now we run the risk of dealing with 10 brands instead of one, and everything that you talked about multiplied by 10, right?
Exactly.
And then we need to take that and we need to say, okay, do we do one side and merge everything, which is risky? Do we do a few brands and then merge some of them together? Or do we do 10 brands under a multi-store structure on Shopify or Bigcommerce or Enterprise and give them the capability to manage operations from one admin panel and one source? When we get a deal like that, what is your experience in the pain process there?
Well, you're going to run into multiple pain points throughout that process. So like you said, everything that we have to do for one site now just multiplies by 10. But in addition to that, the strategy behind whether we're going to be merging all of them onto one brand, merging a couple brands together, or having that multi-site functionality, it pretty much comes down to actually putting together your market research for each and every one of these brands to determine which one has legs, right? Which one of these brands have the potential and the scalability to stick around for the next 10, 20, 30 years. Some might not, that might not be the case. In the best case scenario, all of those brands that you acquired have the ability to stick around. And then in that case, what you want to do is you want to house all of the back end under one admin panel. However, you want to have all of those individually forward-facing brands on the front end.
Got it. I will try to explain the e-commerce mergers and acquisitions in 60 seconds or less. The first thing that you need to do is categorize. You have security, ownership, marketing, validation, vulnerabilities, operations, and logistics and supply chain. So you have to look at all these steps. If you're buying an e-commerce business, if you're selling yours, or if you're getting ready to sell yours, or if you're buying multiple e-commerce entities where you want to consolidate them together, you're going to need an e-commerce M&A checklist along with an execution plan that we can actually provide for you. So based on what Joe said, if you're trying to sell your business or prepare it to be sold, you want to do this due diligence with an agency or with a partner that knows how to prepare this for a sale, right? And there are different CFOs that we work with that help on the financial side of this as well. But Joe, as a last thing, let's talk about once you have purchased that e-commerce business. I mean, if you're selling, once you sell it, it's beautiful. You go party, pop bottles, you know. But if you purchase the new business, you're not popping bottles, you're getting to work. Yeah. So let's talk about after you buy or after you consolidate, after we go through the process, then you need to look at, okay, what are the lowest hanging fruits from a marketing conversion standpoint? Where am I leaving money on the table? Yeah. Talk to us about that process a little bit. How do we help, and what have we seen from the experiences that we have had?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, in some cases, or I would say in most cases, that existing brand that you just acquired is already working with a marketing agency or an advertising agency. Are they doing the best possible job? You really don't know. Really what you need is someone who's an expert, a consultant, a marketing consultant, an advertising consultant, to go in and vet those agencies that brand was currently using to see if they were in fact leaving money on the table, if they were doing a poor job, if they were just collecting a check month in and month out. And essentially the brand was just kind of on autopilot and doing well on its own. So I would say step one, go in, have an expert vet out the existing agencies that the brand was previously using to see if they're going to stick around or if you need to start looking for a new agency. At the end of the day, just because you acquired a brand that was doing well doesn't mean it's going to continue to do well. You need to grow it. You need to scale it. If you want to see an ROI a lot faster, you need to make sure that you're now implementing a strategy that's going to take their existing profits and 2x, 3x, 4x them. Because if not, it's almost like making an investment in real estate, right? And just waiting for it to appreciate. It's going to take a very long time. So you really need to focus on your marketing strategy and what you're going to do for that brand moving forward.
Well, that makes a lot of sense to me. That's it for this week. If you need assistance with e-commerce, M&A, or preparing your company for sale, if you're buying a company, e-commerce business, contact us and we can help. We will talk to you guys next week.